Hi, Terry here from Stamping Magic. Welcome back to my channel. Today's project is a gift bag. It measures 3.5 inches wide, 6.5 inches tall and 2 inches deep. And I used the Boho Indigo product medley kit to create it. I've already made a video showing you how to create this background using my masking templates, and I'll leave a link to it at the top right of the screen under the eye. But today I'm going to use different products to create the gift bag. So let's get started. These are all the measurements you need for all the elements required to create this project. So if you're interested in reproducing it, take a screenshot so you can refer to it later. I'm using 2 pieces of basic black card, and these are exactly the same size. Now I'm going to place them into my Simply scoreboard with the short side across the top, and I'm going to score down at 3.5 inches and 5.5 inches. Then I'll rotate my cardstock a quarter turn clockwise, so the long side is across the top, and score down at 2 inches. Now I'm going to repeat that for the other piece, so short side across the top, score down at 3.5 and 5.5 inches, long side across the top, score down at 2 inches. I have another small piece of basic black card for the lid, and I'm going to place this into the Simply scoreboard with the short side across the top and score down at 2 inches. For the lid, I need to mark the position for the 2 holes. So I'm using my grid paper. The score line is towards the back. Now I'm going to mark the position 3/4 of an inch in from the side edges and about 1 inch up from the front edge. So I just make my 2 pencil marks, and then I'll bring in a ruler just to ensure that I've got these level, and I haven't, which is normal, so I just remark that one. I'm going to punch the holes using my crocodile. Now on the crocodile you have 2 sizes of hole punch, a 1/4 inch and an 1/8 of an inch. I'm using the 1/8 of an inch. So I'm aligning that hole at the top of the crocodile with my pencil mark and just punching. To finish off the lid, I'm just going to put a slant cut at either end of the 1/2 inch tab. There's a little cutting to be done on the 2 main pieces. If you have the horizontal score line towards you, and look to the bottom right, you'll see a small rectangular piece that needs to be removed. Now the remaining 1/2 inch tab above it, I'm going to slant cut the top and the bottom of it. Then I need to cut up the remaining vertical score line on the base, and I'm going to slant cut either end of the square tab that's created. So starting with that bottom right rectangle, I'm going to remove it and slant cut the top and the bottom of that 1/2 inch tab. Then I'm going to cut up the remaining vertical score line to the horizontal and just slant cut the sides of that square tab. Now I need to repeat that for the other piece. So I'll remove that corner rectangle, slant cut the top and the bottom of the 1/2 inch tab, then separate the 2 tabs on the bottom and slant cut the sides of the square tab that's created. I can then fold on all the score lines and burnish them with my bone folder. I can now join these 2 pieces together. Now I'm using wet glue, but you can use a strong tape adhesive or tape runner if you prefer. So I've added my glue to the 1/2 inch tab and I've placed the other piece on top of it. The lid section will be positioned at the top of one of the 2 wider sections. Now it doesn't matter which one, I'm going to add it to the one on the end. Again, I'm applying glue to that 1/2 inch tab and then I'll position the top of the other section over it. Now this will now become the back of the gift bag. One thing I completely forgot to do before attaching the lid was to round the front corners. So I'm just going to do that now with my detailed trio punch. I'm going to finish putting this together, so I need to add more glue to the remaining 1/2 inch tab. And then I'll place the opposite side on top of it. As I said earlier, the side with the lid attached is the back of the box. So when you come to do the base, that's the tab you fold in first. I'm going to add glue to the remaining 3 tabs and then fold the sides in and then the front tab, and this leaves a nice neat edge at the bottom of the front. To close the bag, you want to use your forefingers and press the sides in, and at the same time bring the front and back together, making sure the sides line up. And then you can bring the lid down. Now I'm going to mark the position for the second set of holes, again just using a pencil. I'm going to use my crocodile again to punch the holes, but just bear in mind when you do this that there is another hole punch on the opposite end, so make sure that doesn't catch on the back of the box at all. So I'm pushing the crocodile, all the parts of it, inside the bag, and then I'll line up the hole and punch, and I'll do the same for the opposite side. This is the Pampered Pets stamp set, and today I'm using the little dog and the Enjoy sentiment. I'll be stamping on some normal weight Whisper White card, and I'm going to use Memento Tuxedo black ink. I'm going to start by stamping the sentiment towards the top left hand side of my card, and then I'll stamp the little puppy dog on the opposite side. I'm going to die cut the sentiment using one of the Stitched So Sweetly dies, and this is the 3rd size down. Now when I die cut it, I'm going to make sure the sentiment remains towards the top left. The dog will be die cut using one of the coordinating Pets dies. I'll be using one of the Playful Pets trinkets on my dog, the little bone, and I'll attach this using one of our retired mini brads, which is in silver. You can use any brad that will fit for this. So I'm going to pierce a hole on his collar, press the brad through the trinket and then through the dog's collar and open up the split pin on the back. To decorate the front of my gift bag, I have a piece of real red cardstock and then 2 pieces of the Playful Pets Designer Series paper. Then I have my die cut sentiment piece, and I've cut a black mat to go underneath it. Then I have my little dog with dimensionals on the back, and I also have some small hearts, and I'll show you where they came from later on. If you wanted to, you could add a mini glue dot underneath the bone to stop it moving about. The ribbon I'm using is the stitched satin real red ribbon, which unfortunately is now retired, but I'm still using mine up. I'm going to thread this through the 2 holes in the front panel first of all, being careful not to twist it. And then I can thread the 2 ends through the holes on the lid and pull it tight. And then I'm going to make a bow slightly towards the left hand side. And then I can just trim off the ends to finish. And that's it. That's my little gift bag complete. The little hearts were created using the additional die that you get in the Pets die set, and it's the bottom of the paw. I've created a coordinating card and I used this die to create a border for the inside, so I saved all the little hearts. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this project. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notifications bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. Bye for now.